welcome. Today I wanted to talk about journaling, and journaling to me has been a big part of my life for the past year. Growing up, I wasn't exposed to journaling so much. I think I had like one diary, and back then I thought all you really could do was, write down what happened in your day, recap on all the things that are going on in your life. To me, I always found that was boring, to be quite honest. I wasn't the kind of person just to document things that happened in my day. I felt my hand just got tired and I was writing forever and there's just so much detail and I had all this stuff going on in my head, and to get it down, all of it down on paper was just too overwhelming. I don't journal like that. If you do document your life and you like to journal like that, absolutely. But the types of journals I want to talk about today are things that are quite simple. I feel like anyone can do. And there's so many different options here and things that don't take a lot of your time if you don't have a lot of time. So without any further ado, here are 10 types of journals that will keep you inspired. So the first type of journal that I like to have in my life is a goals journal. This is where I set all my goals, both short-term and long-term. So long-term being like, career goals, where I want to be in the next 5 years or so, and then more everyday type goals. So goals like, for example, today I want to stay positive. This week I want to stay focused on this. Different things like that. So I like to keep a goal journal. Could also be a goal/manifestation journal where you can kind of keep track of things that you're trying to manifest into your life. I find keeping this type of journal just very motivating you and inspiring you to really strive for what you want. The second journal is a gratitude journal. I started a gratitude journal this past year, and honestly, it is a fantastic thing to incorporate into your life. I find this is just a fantastic tool if you're someone who falls into depression, if you get negative, if you start to really forget the things that you already have in your life that are amazing, but you're so focused on the things that you don't have. So having a gratitude journal really, really puts things into perspective in your life, and it takes your mind away from the wanting and the not having to like, oh my goodness, I have this, I have a great life. So gratitude journals can be something that you just do like on a weekly basis or whenever you feel like you need it, or if you want to just write down 5 to 10 things that you're grateful each day. It honestly just makes you so much more positive and happy. My third type of journal is a self-growth/reflection journal. This is a journal where you can reflect on things that you want to improve on in yourself. You can reflect on your emotions, your mindset. This is a fantastic journal if you're someone who has struggled with mental health in the past or depression or anxiety. This is somewhere where you can really get down your feelings and, document how you're feeling and your progress as you improve. And don't just make this journal a place where you just, write down all the bad stuff, all the things that you want to get off your chest. Make this a positive journal too. So while you are journaling things that you maybe want to improve on in yourself, you're also journaling about things that you love about yourself, things that you're proud of. Because we often just forget about our successes. We're so driven, we're so focused on striving towards something that we forget to just pause and be like, wow, good job, you just did that. So really taking the time to appreciate and celebrate your successes in life is another thing you really want to add to this type of journal. Now the fourth journal is something I just recently started. So if you're someone who's really interested in giving yourself oracle readings or tarot readings, starting a tarot oracle reading journal is a fantastic thing to add into your life, because that way you can really keep track of the messages that you've received along the way, and then you can look back on it and be like, wow, this really did correspond with my life. Or like I recently did, just at the end of 2019, I gave myself a 2020 reading where you basically give yourself a card for every single month of the year, plus your theme of the year in the middle. I can show you guys that spread sometime if you want to see what it looks like. But basically what I did is I wrote down for each month and I gave myself a little reflection room. So far something happened in January that really clicked with my reading. So I really want to keep track of every single month and, really see how those cards correspond to the events in my life. So I think that's really cool. It's fun to just write out the cards that you got, the messages that you received from the cards, as well as your own interpretation of the reading that you got. My fifth journal is a dream journal, and this is something that I recently started too. I've always been fascinated by dreams. My entire life, I've just been very interested in dreams. I remember in grade I think it was grade 4, grade 5, for one of my projects. I have no idea what project it was, but I created dream cards, and I don't know if I got rid of these or if I still have them somewhere, I can't remember, but I went through like the entire alphabet, chose some main themes, and I made these like almost like flash cards where it had like the name on one and then the description on the other, and I put them in a box and I labeled them my dream cards. I've always just been fascinated about the things that dreams tell us, what they can really tell us about ourselves, about our life. There's so many different controversial and different ideas about what dreams mean. If you guys are interested in that, I actually did a video about dreams, so I will link this above somewhere. But yeah, I find it's just really fascinating to keep track of your dreams, especially those ones that really, really stand out to you, because there's some dreams I've had that I'm like, wow, that is so interesting. I wonder what that means. So starting a dream journal so you can really remember these dreams and look back on them later, I find it's just really fascinating. So I started keeping a dream journal. It is right beside my bed, so it's easy access. So if I wake up and I want to write it down, I can write it down really quick, because sometimes if you wait until the morning when you're about to wake up, you already have forgotten about the dreams, or you've forgotten a lot of the details about the dreams. So I like to keep it right beside my bed. And yeah, it's just another fun type of journal that you can keep. My 6th journal is a creative journal, and for me, my creative journal is where I put all my ideas for YouTube videos, things like that. If I have any other creative projects that I want to work on, I put everything there. So when I first started my channel, I put all my information about how I want my channel to be, what themes I want it to have, video ideas, blah, blah, blah. I put all that in that journal. So I like to keep a creative journal for that reason. But creative journal could mean so many things. It could be somewhere where you write down your poetry. It could be somewhere where you write down story ideas if you're a writer. It could be somewhere where you can write down ideas about imagery, or even like sketch. A creative journal doesn't have to be words. A creative journal could be drawings. It could be ideas for a piece of artwork that you want to make. So having a creative journal is just so great, because sometimes we get all these ideas and we don't know where to put them right away, and we don't have time to really carry them out right away. So then we forget about them, and there's so many ideas that just like slip away out of our mind. And having that creative journal for when you get that spark of inspiration is just so powerful. It's just really nice to document those creative ideas so that you don't forget them, and then hopefully you can carry them out one day. Now my 7th type of journal is an affirmation or quote journal. I like to keep a small one that I can carry with me if I want to bring it in my purse, or I feel like I need to receive positive messages that day. Whenever I see a quote or an affirmation somewhere, or I even just think of one myself, I write it in here. This is my affirmation quote journal. It says, "Make today ridiculously amazing." I actually just got this at Dollarama. It was really, really cheap. And yeah, I have a whole bunch of different quotes, all in colorful pens. So this is a little doodle I saw online. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says, "Where did you find that? I've been searching for it everywhere." Basically the person's just holding this jar of happiness, and the person says, "I created it myself." So that's just something that really stuck with me. I loved it. And then I have just like a whole bunch of different quotes. Maybe I'll read you a couple here. "If you wait for everything to be perfect," I'm so sorry, my birds are so loud right now. They're very chatty, they want to play. "If you wait for everything to be perfect before taking action on your dreams, you'll never take the first step." So that one's a big one. That was one of the things that pushed me in the direction of, getting my YouTube channel on the go and stuff. And just anything you want to do in life, honestly. If you wait for it to be perfect, you're never going to take the first step. You're never going to get anything done. You just have to go for it. "Positivity is like a boomerang. The more we put out there, the more it comes back to us." John Gordon. So yeah, whenever I read something that inspires me, I put it in this little book, and it's nice and portable, so I can bring it with me anywhere. So highly recommend something like this. You don't have to do a small book, you can do a big book, you can do whatever you want, but I just love keeping quotes and things that are meaningful to me. And if there's something that really resonates with me at a specific time, I'll take the quote out of here and I'll put it on like my whiteboard so I can see it every day in my room, or whatever I'm feeling. The 8th type of journal that you could do, and I have not started this, but maybe I will one day, and it's a travel journal. So if you're someone who likes to travel a lot, this type of journal would be so good for you. Basically, you could keep track of all the adventures that you had. You can write things down. You could do more of a scrapbook style. Pictures that you have taken during your travels. If there's, I don't know, random things. If there's like a leaf or something that you picked up from someplace or whatever, you want to press it into your book, you can do that. Or like if you have a postcard, you can cut out pieces of the postcard and stick it in there and make some sort of like creative scrapbook journal. So this is something that I might try down the road once I start traveling. I do want to travel, but if you're someone who already does travel, this is a journal that would be a lot of fun for you. Ninth journal idea is a bullet journal, and this is something I want to do so bad, and I keep almost buying a bullet journal, but I think it's just because I have so many other things that I'm working on right now. It's really hard to find the time to do that because there's other projects that are kind of being pushed off to the side because I don't have a lot of time. But I do want to start a bullet journal. I watch bullet journal spreads all the time. I watch so many bullet journalers on YouTube, and I think it would be a lot of fun. I definitely want to start a bullet journal sometime in the near future. And my 10th journal is a health journal, and this is where you could possibly document your eating habits, you can document your exercise plans, your goals in general about your health. It's just a way to keep yourself accountable and really engaged. So I haven't done this myself, but it's something I thought about. I, in a way, journal my healthy habits and stuff. It's not in the form of a journal, but I do have a habit tracker digitally on my laptop where I keep track of, you know, how many times I stretch in a week. Like I'll check it off if I stretched that day. I'll check it off if I ate fruits and veggies every single meal. I check off if I've taken a vitamin. I checked off if I've eaten junk food, or I check off if I've had enough water. Like there's all these things that I like to keep track of on a daily basis. So in a way that is a type of journal. You don't have to necessarily write it in a book for it to be a journal. But yeah, that's another thing that you can incorporate into your life just to, you know, motivate you to be healthier and really take care of your body. All right, guys, those are 10 types of journals that will get you inspired in 2020. If you guys have any other ideas, other types of journals that you've tried that you really enjoy, please leave those in the comments below because I would love to read about them, and maybe I'll even try them myself. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are interested in seeing more content like this, make sure you give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel because I put up new videos every Thursday. I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.